What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Ghost Guide video. Today we're going to talk about the Poltergeist. If you would like to see what my settings are for this particular custom, they'll be linked in the description box below. But without further ado, let's go talk about the Poltergeist. Alrighty, welcome in. We have a basement ghost, so we got to bring all of our stuff down. One by one, little by little. Okay, didn't like that. Why are these ghosts giving me a heart attack today? I'm just gonna take a pill because my ghosts are literally out to kill me today. Oh, we have ghost writing immediately. Okay, I'm in both books, so it's very, very active. I needed another thing of dots, and I think I forgot it. All right, let's try Spirit Box super quick. Actually, let me just go ahead and throw this up just on the off chance we have dots. It's not really an off chance, but you know what? Hello? You're over here? Where are you? Are you... Jesus. God dang it. Why is it so terrifying? I am so jumpy. It's ridiculous. All right. Is orbs possible? It is. We have ghost writing. This ghost is trying to kill me. I'm just going to let it do its ability, or not its ability. It's ghost event here. All right. Let's check for temps real quick. This ghost is so active. It's kind of scary. Not gonna lie. All right, salt here, salt in the back there, because why not? Where's my UV? Here it is. All right, so we'll check for feet. And we have feet. So we have a poltergeist. Let's go. This ghost is so active. Absolutely insane. Since my ghost is so active, I'm going to talk about the poltergeist really, really fast out here before we go back inside, because it's literally going to drain my sanity before I even get to talk about the whole thing. So poltergeists are more likely to throw items than any other ghosts. During a hunt, poltergeists will always, every single time, throw an item every 0.5 seconds instead of only having a 50% chance to do it. So every other ghost is not going to throw as much, and they will not throw as far. You'll see poltergeists will whip things left and right all the time, always during a hunt. It's really, really cool. Poltergeists also have an ability where they can throw multiple items at once. We will often make poltergeist piles, or polty piles is what we call them, and we'll have these massive explosions of items, which is like so incredibly cool to see. And you'll often, sometimes, depending on how many items were thrown, see these spikes of 10 out of nowhere, and there's no ghost hunt, because the only time that you can get up to 10 from 0 is A, a hunt, or B, a poltergeist explosion. I don't know too many ghost events that go all the way up to 10. I suppose that's possible. I don't know for sure, to be completely honest. Those are the two that I know of for sure. When the poltergeist uses its ability to throw multiple items at once, for every item that it threw, if there is a player in the vicinity, the player's sanity is going to drop by 2% per item thrown. And every single item that was thrown will generate a level 2 EMF. Poltergeists, in my opinion, are notorious for generating these pseudo EMF 5 looking things, especially with their abilities. So it may start to throw you off and make you think, maybe we have EMF 5, when you don't. You just had a poltergeist ability. Poltergeists can also use their ability to throw multiple items at once, even when the lights are on. So ghosts cannot throw things when the lights are on in the house, but poltergeists can. That's the only exception. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down there. I'm gonna make a poltergeist pile, and we're gonna just observe the poltergeist. So now that I have the lights on and my ghost is calm for the moment, it's not going to be able to throw things because I have the lights on, except it can still do its poltergeist explosion ability. I'm not 100% sure where the ghost is. It's better if you kind of spread out your items, but it's more, you know, grandiose if you have it all in one pile. But sometimes your ghost will be over here, and since there's no items over there, it can't use its ability. But poltergeists are normal hunters. They hunt at 50% sanity. They will hunt at 1.7 meters per second. If you take all of the items outside of a poltergeist room, it will become essentially powerless. So its ability to drain your sanity per item it threw during an ability, keep in mind if it just throws one single item, that's not draining your sanity. It won't be able to use its ability in that case. Okay. Perhaps we want to turn the lights off. Maybe this will make it more likely that we'll get the poltergeist ability. We have our hiding spot over here. I think we have crucifixes down here. But I think we just kind of got to wait and see what happens first. All right, I did end up deciding to make a couple of piles. So I have a pile over here, here, and here. My ghosts have been so active, so incredibly active. But now we just wait and we're gonna see it do an explosion eventually. That was not an explosion. Try again. That was a yeet, not an explosion. This poltergeist is being fairly stubborn with its ability, so I just figured we're gonna keep talking. Well, let's try to do its ability here. When a ghost throws an item, it leaves a value of 3 on the EMF. Multiples of EMF 3 stacked on top of each other can look like those EMF 10 spikes that I was talking about earlier. If I can get it to do its ability, then we can go out and check the spike and see how big it is. Usually you have to have more than 2 items being thrown for it to be that big, but hopefully we can get that. Also, Poltergeist can give those pseudo EMF 5s that I was talking about because you can have the EMF 3 values stack on top of each other if it's like 2 items, but one of them showing up like a 2 on the board. You just gotta double check that it's not a poltergeist giving you some pseudo EMF 5 looking spikes. So if you have some evidence that might suggest a poltergeist, lean into that. Also, dead players can see the polter throws during a hunt. So if you lay out some items, because as a dead player, you can pick up items and put them in a line and watch your ghost go back and forth and yeet your items, which honestly, in my opinion, is the better way to determine poltergeist, because right now I have 3 piles and it is not touching any of them. They do also yeet items just like that. They have a very whippy kind of behavior. They can whip things super hard. They have a very forceful throw strength. Now, that's not to say that just because you've seen something getting yeeted across the room doesn't necessarily mean it's a poltergeist for sure. However, it can be a clue to you to look for poltergeist at that point. You can have some very inactive poltergeists. They don't have to be active. You can have some very active poltergeists. Just because it's active doesn't mean you get to rule out Oni or Thay unless you have the evidence to rule it out. But those are always possibilities, and especially if you're on like a 0 evidence run, you don't want to necessarily go towards poltergeists. Thays and Onis are very, very active, and they will throw a lot of stuff too. Turning off your lights is going to increase your chances of getting a poltergeist explosion. However, sometimes you're just unlucky, like me. And I've been sitting here for 10 minutes and nothing has happened. Finally, it did its ability. Goodness gracious, that took forever. And I made so many piles for it. So many heckin' piles. All right. I'll maybe try to get one more since that wasn't... Actually, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back up before the activity goes away and let's look at what kind of spike we just had right there. See, there you go. So if you get these random EMF 10 spikes and you're like, there wasn't a hunt, what happened there? This is probably a poltergeist. It just did it again and I'm not there! That is so rude. Okay, we're going back. We're going back. We're going back. It looked like it exploded my pile right here, which is so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate, but it's fine. I'll rebuild it. We'll try to get one more poltergeist explosion, hopefully one closer to us. All right, well, we're getting to the point where the ghost is just hunting us, so we're gonna have to forego our second Polty explosion, unfortunately, because I need to build a Polty line, something that we can definitely use to determine that it's a poltergeist. You son of a bitch! I just left down there. You did this. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I just need to go find things for the poltergeist to throw that are not in the basement. Because it's just gonna keep hunting me. All right, I made a line coming up here and kind of got onto the couch, but now the ghost is hunting. So now we're just gonna observe. Look at that yeet. The yeet power. It's doing some pretty big yeets for any ghost. So you definitely know this is a poltergeist. I think I want to do this one more time though. One more time, because maybe not the best display of poltergeist, but it's pretty decent. I didn't quite get to finish because now we're hunting again. Look at it. Yes, there we go. It's yeeting quite a bit. It is throwing every half a second. It's harder to tell once the items are on the ground, unfortunately. You are getting out of control, my friend. It's harder to tell the lower down your items are. So I like to put things on top of like a countertop or onto the couch. The couch can be really good. Putting them in a line is fine as long as there are no walls to obstruct where it's going to be flung. So for example, if I were to line my items down this hallway right here, I have been debated before and been like, is this a poltergeist? It really just doesn't look like a poltergeist. Maybe we should do a quick example of what that looks like, because I have been so debated because the walls are so narrow there, it's really hard to tell how far or hard it is whipping things. So I kind of want to just showcase that. Sometimes it's more obvious than others here. Sometimes you just get kind of bad RNG, but let's take a look. All right. Let's see it. Really also is just RNG as to where it's throwing stuff. See, that was maybe okay. Maybe okay at some points. Oh, he's following me. But some of his other throws weren't very polty. Well, there you go. There's the poltergeist. It's going to throw every half a second, where every other ghost has a 50% chance to throw. It has a higher throw force than any other ghost too, so it's going to be more likely to whip things. But keep in mind that there's a kind of a variability between what a poltergeist can do and what a normal ghost can do. And ghosts can whip stuff. They can. Just maybe not as much as a poltergeist, but poltergeists don't have to use their greatest force either. If a poltergeist uses its ability to throw multiple items at once and a player is in range, it's going to drain their sanity by 2% per item thrown. It'll also generate multiple EMF values like this right here. That right there is the poltergeist ability. Why weren't you doing this for me? It's like it wants to do all of them when I'm outside, but whatever. It's fine. And there you have it. How many abilities did you use? And not in front of me. 15? Listen. 14 of those were done when I was not in the house, I swear. Oh, anyway, that's the poltergeist for you. If you have anything to add or have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next Ghost Guide video. Bye.